guys, so I have a pretty exciting video for you today. As you may have noticed, the only makeup that I'm really wearing is my eyebrows, which look really weird today. I think it's maybe because the rest of my face isn't done, or because I really need to get them plucked. Just ignore those. Ugh. I'm also wearing all of my concealer and foundation, and that is because today I'm going to be reviewing and doing like a little demo tutorial on the Balm of Your Hand palette, which is a limited edition, I think, holiday palette that they have going on right now, and I love the packaging. And I actually got this from Unified Cosmetics. I placed an order with them, and I got in touch with the company and their actual CEO, Lisa Nguyen. So I placed an order, and they also gave me this to review for you guys. This company is amazing. They have excellent customer service, and I love them because part of their profits, I think like half of their profits, go to autism awareness, because the CEO, Lisa Nguyen's child, actually has autism. It's kind of a cause near and dear to her heart, which I love. I actually had the privilege of spending some time with a family over the summer who has a child with autism, and he was absolutely amazing, and it really gave me a lot of insight into what the whole family kind of goes through. And I really feel like autism awareness is something that really needs to be a focus. So I absolutely love the cause that Unified Cosmetics is doing. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. They did send me this for free, and they did give me a discount code to give to you guys to get 20% off your whole order, which is BeautyObsessedRN20, all lowercase, which I'll put that in the description box below. But I believe that you can get this palette, which is normally like $38 on the Balm's website. You can get it for $37 on Unified Cosmetics, and you can use your discount code, and I think you'll get this palette for about $31, $32. Shipping is free right now in the United States. I think that's just kind of like a special that they're doing. And if you live internationally, it's just a few dollars. So really good deal there. Definitely check out unifiedcosmetics.com because their prices are lower than they are on thebalm.com. And you can also use your discount code so you'll save some money. But onto the palette, because this palette is hella good. I've gotten a chance to play around with it a little bit, and I'm really picky when it comes to palettes. But the thing that I like about this palette is that you can do your whole face with it. So the only thing that you're gonna need outside of this palette is your foundation and concealer, your brows if you do your brows, and your mascara. But everything else is in here. So there's a nice big mirror, and the packaging is adorable. You get 3 blushes, a bronzer, which is also really good as a, oh, I'm like blinding you guys. Oh my God, I'm sorry. The bronzer can also be used as like a transition, like a crease shade for the eyeshadows. You have 4 eyeshadows. I don't know how to, here, I'll just cover this with my face. You have 4 eyeshadows here. And you have a little thing of the Mary Luminizer, which is a hella good highlight. Like if you watched my strobing video, you'll know that it's one of my favorite highlights, like Eva invented. I will swatch all of these for you. But along with that, you also have 2 lip colors. So first you have this How About Them Apples shade in caramel, which is my favorite out of the How About Them Apples line that they have. These are lip and cheek stains, and it's just a really beautiful kind of pinky shade, like pinky mauve shade. And then you have one of the Balm Girls lipsticks. This is in the shade Mi Amor. Oh, that's clever, like Mi Amor, but it's Mia More. Haha, I see what they did there. And that's the red there, just kind of a nice classic shade. But I'm going to go through all of the eyeshadows, the blushes, and the bronzer in a second, but I'm going to get rid of this because it's gross. I mean, it's not gross, but like I could make a mess. So let's go through these shades. I'm going to try not to blind you. The first one is called Insane Jane. That is this shade right here, and it's kind of a silvery taupe, and it's very pigmented. Like I literally just swiped my finger in that, and it looks absolutely wonderful. So I'll go ahead and I'll put this on my wrist here for you. As you see, like these shades are super pigmented. You don't need to pick up a lot of product on your brush to go far with that. And there's obviously nothing on my wrist, like no primer or anything. And then the next shade is from their Shady Lady palette. It is Mischievous Marissa. And it's a kind of a pretty rose gold shade. It's definitely got more gold than rose. I don't know if my camera's picking up on that exactly, but it looks really nice next to kind of silvery taupe there. Next shade is from their Nude Tude palette, and it's the shade Sexy, and it looks like it's kind of a cranberry brown, and kind of reminds me of like a deeper Cocoa Bear. Like, you know, Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear. I don't have a great swatch, Adrian. So that is just a really nice kind of red brown. That'll be great in the fall. And I really think, let's test this out. I think it would look really good, like maybe with that shade kind of in the middle. So, you know, you could put this one on the inner and outer corners of your lid, and you could put a little bit of Insane Jane in the middle and like get this real like punk rock look. I think that'd look super cool. You know, because I'm totally the super cool guru, right? And then the next shade is from their Balm Jovi palette. It's Led Zeppelin, and it's kind of like a green, like an olive green with a little bit of flecks of shimmer. And it's right here. It looks more green in person than it's picking up on camera, and I will just put that next to those two. I think that one's my least favorite out of the four shadows. I think that's just personal preference. I don't wear a lot of green shadows, but that might be your thing. And then my favorite part is the Marrying Luminizer, which once you see this puppy on my cheeks, you're gonna be like, huh, whoa. But it's just so beautiful. Like, this highlight is a favorite amongst beauty bloggers everywhere because it's amazing. And I love that it's in this palette, so I just have everything I need for my face. So next we're gonna go into the blushes here. The first one is Hot Mama. And it's just a kind of like a shimmery pink, and it's really pretty. Can you see that on camera? Where is it? It's right here. Really pretty. Kind of reminds me of like the peachy tones of Orgasm from NARS, but it doesn't have that nasty glitter chunks in it because I hate those chunks of glitter. They get on my nerves. The next shade is the Insane Powder Blush in the shade Argyle. And this is a matte blush, and it is like a true pink. It's really feminine and girly, and I really like that about it. Next we have Cabana Boy, which is my personal favorite from this palette, just because I don't have any other blushes that shade of pink, and that's the pink there. So that's kind of like a deeper pink than the other two. And I just haven't seen any other blushes like that, definitely not in my collection, so I am kind of excited about that. And last but not least, we have the bronzer, which is the Balm's Bahama, and it's a pretty dark bronzer. But what I like about this bronzer is that it's not orange, like at all. In person anyway, it kind of looks orange with all the lights, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can contour with this shade today because I haven't tried yet. So if I end up looking crazy, we'll know, won't we? So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my hair out of my face here, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I always start with my bronzer. That's just how I do it. So I'm gonna start with this kind of angled brush. This is actually from Benefit Cosmetics. It came in one of their blushes. It's just a perfect shape, and I'm just gonna lightly dip this in Bahama Mama and see if maybe we can get a bit of a contour going on so you can really truly get a full face out of this palette. Ooh. This is such an intense bronzer, like holy cannolis. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other cheek, and then I'm gonna blend it out without like adding anything to my brush. And I have a whole video on contouring if you guys want to learn the ins and outs of it. Like everybody on YouTube does. Contouring has just been all the rage lately, and we just all have a video on it, so you don't have to watch mine. So many people have them. Jaclyn Hill has like my all-time favorite. So there we go. It is definitely a dark bronzer. It's like I only put the smallest amounts on the brush here. There's a lot of color payoff with this bronzer. So you don't need a lot on your brush, especially if you're going to be trying to contour a little bit. Just use a little bit so you don't get like too intense. But I actually kind of like how it looks. I think that if you have a light hand, you can definitely use this for contouring because it's not too orange. So I quite like how it looks. I'm also going to go ahead and do back here because this is kind of what makes you look like you have that really sharp jaw. And I'm just going to go under my jawbone because I have a really long chin. Like my face is super oval and I kind of want to make that chin look smaller. So a good way to do that is with contouring a little bit. So I'm just going to go down. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. All right, and now that I've, lightly contoured, I am not going to contour my nose with this color because it's way too dark and I like that to be really subtle. So I'm just going to forget contouring my nose today. I'm just going to lightly tap this kind of fluffy brush. I'm just going to go ahead and bronze my face a little bit to go along with the contouring. So this I definitely want to put on lighter than my contour so I don't just kind of look like a muddy mess. But so far I really like this bronzer in here. You just have to be extra careful with it, so do not have a heavy hand. And always tip of your nose a little bit. And if you are new to bronzing as well, you always want to bronze in like kind of a 3 shape on your face. And always get like where the sun touches. I'm going to bronze up my neck. My neck's so pale. So now that our bronzing is done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to blush. So I'm wearing kind of raspberry colored pants. Like you can't see my pants clearly, but they're raspberry colored. Just trust me on this. I'm going to go ahead and use Cabana Boy today because 1, it's my favorite color in this palette, and 2, just because it's kind of going to match my raspberry pants. So I'm just gonna lightly, like, look at that. Like, this brush was clean. Just lightly tap it in there because these are all so pigmented, which is awesome because this palette's gonna last you a long time. It kind of makes me sad that it's limited edition because it's kind of so amazing. And if you don't watch my channel, you won't know that I'm kind of obsessed with blush. So I always go heavy on it. That's me. I don't care if that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not a makeup artist. I do what I want. I don't care if there's rules. I just want to feel pretty. And this is what makes me feel pretty. Alright, so I just love that blush. It's so beautiful and it's just different from the other blushes that I own. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight. I'm going to use this just like $3 brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's their small tapered, it's their small tapered brush. And I'm just going to lightly dip it into the Mary Luminizer because it is very pigmented. And let's see if we can get a good shot of this for you. I'm going to put more on than that. I love this highlight because most of my highlights I have to use wet to get like insane enough highlight for my personal preference, but I don't have to with Mary Lou because she knows what's up. That's all I have to say. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose to just kind of lift the tip of my nose upward and make it a little bit cuter, a little bit cuter. Everyone loves a little upturned nose. Right there, my Cupid's bow, and the tip of my chin. Alright guys, so this is a look of the face makeup. You have so many different variations that you can do with this. If you don't like this look, there's plenty others that you can make, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on the eyes. So for the eyes, I haven't primed my eyes at all. All I did was to kind of cover up my veins and everything. Not that I have like a ton of veins on my eyes, but to like make them look less, I don't know what I'm saying. All I did was take some concealer today on my eyeballs to kind of like even out the skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and I always curl my lashes first because I don't like to do when I have a bunch of makeup on my eyes. I just feel like my curler gets dirty. I don't know. So going in with this Crown double-ended brush for my eyeshadow, I really feel like Crown brushes are underrated. Like, I never hear anyone talk about these, but this double-ended C476 crease shadow brush is like the Balm.com. Get it? Like the Balm.com. This is from Balm, but this is from Crown. That was stupid. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use 3 colors today. I'm going to use Shady Lady, I'm going to use Nude Tude, and I'm going to use Bahama Mama. So I'm going to put Shady Lady all over my lid today, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see it better. I'm just going to go ahead and put Shady Lady all over my lid, kind of up to the crease. It's a really pretty color. It's definitely not too pink, but I think that kind of makes it like more versatile for you guys. Because if you want a more pink look, you can always use one of the blushes as a shadow. Like, just because it's called a blush doesn't mean that you can't make it like work double duty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. All right, so next I'm gonna go in with Bahama Mama. I'm gonna use the smaller end here, and I'm just gonna do that in my crease to kind of deepen my crease up a little bit. Not that I really need to deepen up my crease, because if you haven't noticed, I have like ridiculously hooded eyes, which I'm sure you've noticed, because like if my eyes are open, like you can't even see the mischievous Marissa Shady Lady color because they're just so hooded. It's just kind of annoying because I feel like I do all this work sometimes to get these like hella gorgeous like lid shadows done, and yeah, and then like you can't even see them. Like, how can they be appreciated? So if you hear any weird chewing or anything, that's my dog chewing on a toy. Next, I'm gonna go in with Sexy from Nude Tude. So I have Mischievous Marissa right here on my lids. I have Bahama Mama up here in my crease, and I'm going to go ahead and take Sexy from the Nude Dude palette and just put it in the outer corner of my eye. Just to kind of deepen it up and make it look a little bit more sexy. And I'm just going to carry that up to halfway into my crease there. So on the edges and then up to halfway through the crease. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side. All right, so I will get closer so you guys can see that. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean off my brush a little bit, get that dark shade out of there. And I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with Mary Lou. I have to charge my battery. Okay, my battery is charging. Hopefully this is still filming. So I'm gonna go in on the other eye. You can really see that highlight there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that eye. And I'm just kind of blending it up so it's not so harsh. So this is just kind of like an everyday eye look that you can do with this palette. You can definitely go more intense if you use, you know, for instance, Insane Jane, Led Zeppelin, or maybe Sexy in the inner and outer corner of your lids with something like in the middle to like kind of make it pop. But I'm going to work tonight, so I don't want to be like, whoa, you going up in the club? Be like, no, I'm saving babies. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my mascara on, and I'll be right back, and we're gonna do the lips. So you guys don't know that it took me a really long time to do that because I'm gonna edit that out because, you know, I want you guys to think I'm super fast, but I like was putting on mascara and I like jammed myself like right here, and I had this big old thing of waterproof mascara. That was super fun. So on to the colors, which may I add that this packaging is super smart because it's the cream products that have like a separate flap than the powder products. So you're not gonna be getting powder products in your lipstick and your like lip and cheek stain, genius. I wish more companies were that brilliant. I don't know. I've never had a bad experience with the Balm. I think the Balm's amazing. So yeah, sorry if I say a lot of good things about them. So first I'm going to go in with How About Them Apples in the shade Caramel here. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of a lip brush. Show y'all what this looks like. I'm just going to use my finger, whatever. I really like this color because it's kind of very subtle. It's perfect for every day. And if you put it on your cheeks too, like you're totally going to match. I think it's a very feminine kind of nudie pink and I really love it. I feel like I'm going to use this color a lot. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and show you guys more from the Balm Girls, this lovely red color right here, and see how that looks. I probably won't wear it tonight though because I'm wearing raspberry pants. And I don't think red goes with raspberry that well, you know. If you apply this with your finger, by the way, your finger will be stained red, so I recommend a lip brush. All right, guys, so here is the red shade from the Balm Girls on my lip, and I actually really like this color. It's actually super fabulous. It's definitely a true red in person. If I added some winged liner to this look, I really feel like I could kind of pull off the pin-up-y 1950s thing that I like to do sometimes. So I really absolutely love how versatile this palette is, how everything you need is kind of in one palette. So you really only need to pack like 3 or 4 makeup items if you include this, like if you go on vacation or something. So that's really awesome. Everything in here seems very high quality. It's very pigmented. It's very creamy and blendable. Definitely pick this up if you haven't already. They sell these at Kohl's. They sell them on thebalm.com. And like I mentioned before, if you go to Unified Cosmetics and use the code BeautyObsessedRN20, BeautyObsessedRN, all lowercase, and then the numbers 20, then you will get 20% off your entire purchase, and shipping is free right now in the United States. So you can just use that on your whole order, or you can just order this because if shipping is free, then you're gonna get this little puppy for like 32 bucks. So it's a really good deal. I feel like you get a lot of product and it's an excellent value. Definitely check that out. You don't have to buy it there, but remember, if you go to Unified Cosmetics, part of the money goes to a good cause, and I am all about that life. So definitely check them out. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'm going to be reviewing the Meet Matte Hues liquid lipsticks coming up, and I'm thinking about doing a like battle of the liquid lipsticks video. If you guys are interested, comment me down below so I know that you would like to see that. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, just BeautyObsessedRN, and I really look forward to hearing from you guys on like all aspects of my social network. You can just tell me about your life and I will definitely respond because I love hearing from my subscribers. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye!